Good afternoon. Welcome back to Richland Center, the high school field house. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, along with my good friend Kirk Lair, as we are ready to bring you the championship matches of the Clash. It's the SWAL SWC Conference Wrestling Invitational. Kirk, we have watched some great, totally great matches over the course of today, starting this morning around 10 o'clock. And now it's even going to be better.
I don't know if you can get a whole lot better if you look at some of those matches, but there's still some great ones coming up in just about every weight class. And so it's pretty exciting stuff and really looking forward to it. You're going to have, in most cases, we're going to have 4 good matches going on here at once, and any one of these kids in any one of the bouts you could maybe see in Madison in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's the interesting part when you get right down to it. The fact of the matter is that these wrestlers, the competitors out here, it all starts in earnest next week, but this tournament is probably one of, I would say, the top, I wanted to say top 5, but I'm thinking more like the top 3 in the state, But, I mean, it's right up there.
Well, definitely in this area of the state, and there's not a lot of other areas of the state that combine, 2 conferences like this to make such a great tournament.
Yep.
And go back as long as this tournament goes back.
Right.
I still remember it starting off in a couple different gyms in the early days where you'd wrestle Friday night at 2 different gyms, and then Saturday put it all together again.
Yeah.
And so this tournament has a great history. They've changed the name around, but it still hasn't changed most of the entrants in it. So it's kind of exciting and good stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You see former actual participants down here.
Yeah.
Now.
That's the pretty neat part.
We're going to have the Star Spangled here in just a second.
Okay. Back we come here to the championship round of this Clash Wrestling Tournament. And I tell you what, like you said, Kirk, this tournament has stood the test of time, so to speak. And that's what's going to be kind of neat about this, the fact that after 30-plus years, it's still running very, very solid. We're going to take a look here now at 106 pounds. And as we look at this 106, we're going to, before we do anything, a quick shout out to Gary Gutenek.
Yeah, that's cool.
Down in Florida, right?
Yep, down in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, he's texting us. Thank you, Gary, for the kind words and stuff. We also need a quick shout out to Mike Nicolati as well, as he's recuperating. And he was texting you earlier today, so that's good to hear. At least we got a couple people watching and listening, right?
And they're spread out all over the place.
You got to like that. Well, here we go, Kirk. Why don't we set up the stage here for this championship round and see what we have?
Well, the first thing we're going to preface with you right up front is, like Ken said, there's been some grueling matches as we've gone through this day. So we're going to have some medical forfeits in this round. We're going to see our first one here at 106 as Ethan Haiti is not going to participate in the round. He's going to end up 4th. He's going to medically forfeit to the Prairie du Chien wrestler, and that's Porter Cosman. But in our championship bout, we've got that stellar freshman, Hakem Peterson.
Haken.
There you go. Thanks. I thought that's what it was.
You were right. Yep.
He's taking on another fine freshman from Fenimore, Cade Birchman. That's on mat number 2, which, Ken, you're the guy who tells me which screen it's on.
Upper right.
Upper right. So we don't have a third place match here. And then at the far end down here on mat number 1, that's where we have our
upper left corner of the screen.
That's our 5th place match going on down there.
Okay.
And that is Jordan Bonkamp, and he is taking on the young freshman, or the young sophomore Colton Isley from Belmont. And then at the other far end, we have Miles Welch taking on the young wrestler from Mineral Point, Leon Ewert. So there's your setup. Holcomb right now is leading in his match 2-1, about to get another takedown. He's now leading 4-1. We'll kind of focus on that one, but we'll keep you up to date on the other two, especially with the Riverdale wrestler going on down there on mat number 1 for 5th place.
I'll keep an eye on that for you if you want to take this. The championship match is right out here in front. Right?
Yeah, right on mat number 2. Yeah,
you take that one.
Yep. And we hope the best for Ethan Habe. It sounded like, or looked like, from our standpoint, that it was more of a precautionary measure, maybe a little stiffness and soreness in his neck. And they just, again, the bigger picture for a lot of these athletes is next week.
Correct.
But this is that fine freshman, and the other young man from Fenimore is a fine freshman too. But this freshman from Dodgeville here, I've heard this from several guys with a lot of experience in wrestling saying he doesn't wrestle like a true freshman.
No, he doesn't.
And he's had, a significant amount of exposure. Him and his family move around to some different tournaments and stuff. But from what I hear, it's not a case of this or that. It's a case of he just enjoys wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like the golfer who wants to be out there every day golfing.
I just put, we got a double screen on this championship, so upper right and lower left.
Start out now the second period, 4-1 lead. Increases that now to 5-1 lead as he gets the escape. Peterson against Birchman. Birchman, a well-known name out of the Fenimore district too. His older brother choosing not to wrestle here today. He's working on some weight issues, but I am sure you'll see him in action somewhere next week, either at or at a lower weight than he was at before, so we'll see. It's the time of year, and Ken's seen this many times too, is where some of these wrestlers will wrestle at this weight today, and then next week they could go up a weight class or they could go down a weight class if they have the availability.
Yeah, and the time factor, if they have to lose a little bit, make sure.
Yep.
But they probably were already doing their homework ahead of time.
If they were looking at going lower, yes, they were, and that's partly why we're missing two wrestlers, at least a couple wrestlers today.
Right.
Because they want to give themselves the best opportunity to get to that lower weight. But you will see some wrestlers, based on what they see for competition, they might move up a weight class.
Taking a look, we got a 9-4 score, and now trying to come up with some back points here. Riverdale, or is that Prairie du Chien? Excuse me, Prairie du Chien is on top here, leading 9-4, and had close to coming up with a pin here, but I tell you what, Baumkamp has... well,
that's Belmont.
Oh, that's Belmont. Oh, they changed their singlets
again.
Yeah,
they did, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to go weird. The Prairie du Chien wrestler already won.
yeah. That's right. Over here on, they got the win. That's right.
Yep.
So it's now 11-7, make it 11-8 here with Belmont Platteville out in front.
On the other end, that match is a little bit closer down there, 7-5 in favor of the Mineral Point wrestler.
I just picked up the reversal there, so that to make that 7-5, as you mentioned, they get 2 for the near fall. So a lot of points being exchanged here. We'll see if they can get that up on the board. 9-5 they have.
Championship match as we start the third period. Peterson increased his lead in the second period, now leads 7-1. Nice move there by Birchman, but This young, well, both of them are freshmen, but Peterson just did a nice job of counter. Now he's coming in hard with an arm bar and looking for that forearm. Now looking for half to try to turn Birchman over. Two great young officials out here. They really aren't young because they got a lot of state tournament experience already. But we got Ryan McGuire as a head official. Now he comes with that half Nelson. He's got Birchman in a lot of trouble. It could be all over right here. Did you have a fall down there on one?
Well, it wound up right at the end, a 3-point near fall to win it. 12-11. The match goes to Baumkamp
Oh, there's the
of
fall.
Riverdale.
Peterson becomes a conference champion in his freshman year for Dodgeville with a pin in 49 seconds in that period, so 4:49.
Peterson, you said, right?
Peterson from Dodgeville wins.
yeah.
Yep.
And,
So you had Riverdale win down there?
Riverdale came from behind with a 3-point near fall at the end to win that one.
Oh, good.
And down here on on the far mat, they're checking the score. They got 10-9 for a score right now. There was some points and a lot of rolling around taking place there. And
Well, they are going to end it.
They're gonna
say
say-
now 12-9 in favor of Welsh.
all right, so 12-9, there it is. And Welch is your 7th place finisher here today. And the SWAL, thanks for going out. Go ahead.
I know they read the team scores and wanted to get them in here quick as they started this round. I'm just going to give you the top 5. Right now, Riverdale's in 5th place at 124. Mineral Point in 4th place, 178. Iowa Grant in 3rd place at 205. Prairie du Chien in 2nd place, 254.5. And they are behind Fenimore, who is your first place leader right now at 275. So still a lot of things could happen here, especially between those top 2 teams.
Yep. All right, we're going to move this. I got to move this one camera back over. Excuse me, folks.
Yep. We're going to have matches. We'll focus you in first and give you the championship match. That's between your returning state champ, Charlie Mike, going for his 2nd title here. Last year, I believe, no, I think of that. I think he lost in the finals last year at the Clash.
Oh, really?
Memory may be bad. But he takes on Brody Meese, a nice freshman from Riverdale. No score in that match. In our 3rd place match, we have another Belmont wrestler. We got a pin, though. Maybe we better go down and grab that.
Boy, that was quick.
That was the young man from Richland Center. That would have been, where are we at? Rolando Santos. He gets a fall in his match against the young man from Boscobel, and that was Tyler Miller. So Rolando Santos ends up in 5th place.
And we got a pin down on the far mat here as well. Before the hands are raised, though, there's a quick question from head coach from Mineral Point, Mr. Fiedler. We want to say thanks to Zip Stop. That's Shane Nottestead helping us out here. We've got a lot of sponsors we're going to try and mention along the way. Western Technical College, appreciate their wonderful support, as it will be Iowa Grant picking up the win off from the fall at 113 pounds.
Yep.
And let's see, that was, I don't have the name right off the top here.
Well, the young wrestler from Mineral Point was Halverson.
O'Connor, Chase Connor.
Chase Connor was the,
picked up the 7th place. Also, our thanks going out to the Westby Co-op Creamery, bringing you today's action. We appreciate their wonderful support. And, of course, take home country goodness is their motto. The Westby Wrestling Club, wishing all the best to the Norsemen as they battle in that Cooley Conference tournament, which is being held right now in Viroqua. Well, let's take a look at this championship match. We have Meese of Riverdale and Mike of Dodgeville. That's going to be a great one.
Right now, as we start the 2nd period, as you saw, Charlie kind of had his way there the 1st period. He leads 6-1 as we go into the 2nd period. He's in the down position with that lead. In our other match, that's a little bit closer. That's between the young man Albaroz Devani from Belmont, and he's taking on the young wrestler from Fenimore. And we got to find him on here too.
Leffler.
Dalton Leffler.
And it's a 3-2 score right there in that particular match.
I was going to bring these up on track so I didn't have so much struggle with who was where. There we go.
Mike trying to come in with a near side cradle. Now goes to the 3/4 Nelson, but Meese able to stretch out and let go of that to kind of break that hold. Now Mike will jump out in front. He'll give up the 1-point escape, going for takedowns. He leads 8-2.
Yep.
Your score in the third place match. Here's Mike to tell you what, he's got a lot of power, doesn't he?
He's a well-conditioned junior out here against a, an up-and-coming and going to be a very, admirable freshman, and for him to get in the finals today is a great feat, But to go up against Charlie Might is a pretty tall task.
Right.
Charlie's only loss came up at the Bi-State.
We're going to take a quick timeout, so we'll focus in on this third place match, which is going on.
Only got 2 matches going here. Always did like these Belmont uniforms where they put the WIA logo on the back.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
It is, yeah.
So it's going to be Leffler taking on Devani. Devani is leading, as Kirk had said, 7-4 here. We're down to the last 10 seconds or so of this second period. But I tell you what, he just keeps a good hip position, and now he's picking up a couple of points here on the near fall and will extend his lead to 9-4. Third period action coming up here. Devani will opt to go down.
Back to action on this championship match, 10-3 with 40 seconds to go here in the second period. And again, Charlie does a nice slide by and comes up with another takedown, and now it's 12-3. He might, okay, we're going to have either more, I'm thinking this is blood or.
I think it is.
It must be, it is above the eye. That's a little bit more challenging, yeah. Imagine they're going to have to give him one of those famous head wraps.
Yeah.
Always look impressive. Devani over there on the other side as you're watching, he's back to scoring some more near fall. With a minute 25 to go, he should be extending his lead up to potentially 14-4, if not more, if he scores the fall here. But he got a little high. Nice job of stepping back over it. And now he's got Leffler in a lot more trouble. But he did get out of it. Now I think we're going to go up to that 14-4 score. Looks like the ref's going to still hold it. He's going to play blood time on both mats now.
Just one of those things.
Yep, it is one of those things.
And and it happens so much, especially near the end of the season, because of it's dry and it's just you're banged up.
Yep.
Kind of like the football season at the end of the year. If you're like super healthy, you're super lucky.
There you go. Yep. Yep.
Because usually somebody's got something going on. You got some sort of owie of some sort. Can't help it. It's a physical sport. Well, thanks going out to a couple more of those sponsors. Well, we got the timeout here. WCCU, it's the Westby Co-op Credit Union, located in Richland Center, Viroqua, Reedsburg, Cashton, Lake Delton, Westby. And, Portage, I'll tell you what, 9 different facilities. Thanks for them for their great support. Viroqua Wrestling Club, wishing all the best to the Blackhawks of Viroqua. The Viroqua Dental Center, Dr. Leon Klum, helping us out for your next beautiful smile on the north side of Viroqua. And our thanks to Todd, Tina, Eric, and Ryan. That's Vespach Oil and Propane, located at 120 East Decker in Viroqua. A terrific wrestling family there, and always supporting our great sport. Vernon Electric, Richland Electric, and Scenic Rivers Electric, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative serving southwest Wisconsin and beyond with economical electrical energy. We hope you're enjoying today's matches and tournament right here on Vernon Communication Cooperative's Channel 14, also located with Genuine Telecom. And I forget their public channel. I want to say 9 or 11, but I could be off on that. But you're watching it. You know what channel it is. And, of course, Coon Valley Telecommunications, where you're watching on their Channel 14. And the other high school tournament action, the conferences over in New Lisbon with Shelley Keenan and Dwight Datch, and in Viroqua, Carl Zuby. And I think his daughter Maddie was going to run the camera for him for a little bit. He said otherwise he was going to have to go solo. So he might be going solo. I never know. Back to the action. It's 14-4 here. Devani with the lead here, and under 30 seconds to go in that match.
12-3 as we get restarted here in the second period. I kind of joked that we would see a headband for maybe Mies, but it was ironic that both of them ended up with a headband. On, I believe, if I'm seeing right here, which I feel kind of bad for Brody, he's got a cut above his eye, which is extremely hard to control. So they basically have taped his right eye shut or covered, and then Charlie Might appears that he's bleeding somewhere in his scalp. Starts out the third period immediately with a takedown.
Do you kind of get the sense that Might is trying to pick up on the intensity a little bit there?
Well, I think he's, to be all in fairness, I think he's trying to get done here with a tech fall and maybe save both of them some more blood time.
That's true.
If he gets this move here, which I don't know if he's going to get it to get to chase him out of. Did give him the takedown, which I agree with that. That was a good call. And your other one's over now, right?
Yep. 14-6 the final score.
Young man from Belmont Platteville takes home the third place title there. Nice tournament for him.
He really did do a nice job, yes.
Yep. Never kind of really, a lot of the other tournaments we've been at, it really didn't basically hear his name a whole lot, but he came on today here. A lot to be proud of. 14-4 in favor of Charlie right now. He's really trying hard for that. I used to call that was an old Danny Yost move, where you get out in front with that Oklahoma move and try to throw him over.
Yeah, cow catcher or something like that. Yep.
16-4, 18-5 now. So he's up by 3 or 13. Excuse me, my math sounds horrible. 18-6. He needs a takedown and some back points. .43 seconds to go. At least the super job that the trail. What a move!
That was pretty neat.
Oh, wasn't that pretty? He had a nice underhook and he used a foot sweep and took him right down to the mat. 20-6. I think now maybe Charlie's content to just leave it where it's at. And try to get both of them out of here without getting any more blood time. 20 seconds to go here. He is coming out front again. He was going to try for a whip.
He's hanging on to the wrist. He's like, no, I don't think I want to go up.
Well, he was trying to convince the referee that the wrestler was stalling. And at this point, it was a moot point.
Yep, exactly.
But Charlie Might, your conference champion this year at 113 with a 20-6 win. Well, here, I think we're going to do some awards. I don't know if we're going to go to action with the awards going on, but we are going to be moving to 120 here in just a second.
While they do that, we'll take a look here and say thanks to more of our sponsors. I'm going to run through these because we got a bunch of them, and we're doing the quick hitter. You'll be able to see them, of course, in the lower right corner of the screen here when we don't have a match, which we will not have in the seventh place match, so we're going to keep that running. But thanks again to Vernon Manor and Vernon Acres, senior living at its best in Viroqua. It's the newest facility for senior care in Vernon County. And Triggers and Tackle, along with Old Country Cheese in the Cashton area. Wishing if you want the best for hunting gear or fishing, just stop in at Triggers and Tackle outside of Cashin on Highway 27, or on County D, you can go to Old Country Cheese with the Munster cheese. I tell you what, they do a great job. That's Kelly Everhart out there. Well, let's go back here with Kirk and take a look at what we got coming up here at 120 pounds.
Well, at 120 pounds, we're going to run into another case. So we saw that great semifinal between Rowan Carey and Reed Spurley, your defending state champion. But Spurley had an issue with his hand during that match. And for the safety of that young man, they're going to hold him out of this match. Pretty sure. Maybe he's going to
For the third place?
No, he would be going for third.
Yeah.
Okay, that must be the 26-pounder warming. Okay, that's right. So, yep. Reed Spurley's going to medically forfeit, and as Ken alluded to earlier, we don't have a 7th place match in this bracket because of whatever. So we really only have the 1st and the 5th place match going on, and that is Armin Nutter. He's going to be taking on with an undefeated record, the sophomore from Fenimore. He's going to be taking on that Rowan Carey that we talked about. Carey with now a 37-4 record in Southmore. These two met last year, and I'm pretty sure they met here at the conference tournament, and I think Carey was the winner. But that was at 106 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Down on the other end there, we have Iowa Grant wrestler, and that would be Lucas Christensen, and he's taking on the Prairie du Chien wrestler, and that would be Mason Hurd. In that match, there is a score. It's 4-0 in favor of Hurd. So these are the only two bouts we got going on here this weight class.
And it's in the both in the top half, but I did move the one camera over, so we've got a double picture once again with the championship match.
Well, that's good. We are going to have a couple more medical forfeits. I'll tell you that right up front. Because again, I said now it's the point of, unless they're going for the, and I don't think we have any for the championship round, but unless they're going for the championship round, some coaches choose to say, we got dinged up here a little bit last round.
Yep.
So now's the time to get better and be ready for next week. There are no wrestlebacks. This is the last round here today. As you saw, we just gave out awards for 106. So it's a case of, where you're at right now is where you're going to be at. Still some more blood time down there on mat number 1. And still no score here with 25 seconds to go. Which is not surprising either. When you get two high-quality wrestlers like this, I'm not too sure if they wrestled again down at the state tournament. I know they chased each other all the way there.
I was thinking they did, but you're right, they did chase each other. I don't know that they wrestled down there, though.
I don't think they did either. I think Nutter was maybe on the other side of the bracket and got upset. And I'm pretty sure Carey got to the finals and was a runner-up.
Uh-huh.
But then again, you have to remember that not all my memory is the greatest.
Well, I'm with you on that one.
A lot of what I can remember is because you see this stuff at the bi-state.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure he came in there as a runner-up.
First caution right there as Carey jumped a little bit.
Yep. When you get these quality of wrestlers, they're all looking for that one little extra kick off of the whistle.
And, of course, they're all quick as a cat, it seems like.
Especially down in these weight classes.
Yeah.
And right now you see that patented mineral point, hook a leg, and then just drive like heck with that crossface to try to get a cradle. But now Nutter got to his feet, so we'll see what happens. Nice try for a spin through there, but Carey caught his ankle. But now he's got to drive through that ankle and get back in control. Now just a straight whizzer. And Carey may be content now to let him go, and there's going to be the escape. I don't think Carey really wants to be there. As we've talked before, because of where they're from and what wrestling schools they're associated with, there's not a lot of people want to tie up upper body with the Fenimore wrestlers.
Right.
Most of their wrestlers are extremely well trained in Greco-Roman, besides folk style. 1-0, 1:06 to go here in the second period, 1-0 in favor of Nutter. We've had some really exciting Fenimore Mineral Point matches so far this tournament. Got a really great match coming up at 138. Really anticipating that quite a bit. We already saw a couple great matches at 138. And there's a couple other weight classes that are just going to be real barn burners, and this is another one right here. Be willing to bet you your most valuable wrestler will come out of one of these two weight classes.
You would certainly think so.
At 120 or 138. But again, Ken will tell you I've been wrong before.
Not that often. Come on.
Oh, there's a nice move, but again, Nutter countered real well. Boy, I agree with Mark. Oh. I thought.
Tell you what, Carey was so quick to get those legs in, but I agree that the knees did look like they were out of the cylinder.
Well, it really messed things up a lot. I don't know where that whistle came from, but it sounded like everything. Maybe it was on the other mat, but there's only two mats.
Yeah.
It certainly sounded like there was a whistle on the edge there, but luckily neither one of the wrestlers gave up anything. 1-0, we go into the third period. Carey chooses down, Nutter on top. Our other match down there is 4-0, 5-0 now in favor of the young man from Prairie du Chien. Yes.
Thanks to Tractor Central, your John Deere equipment. Be sure to stop in between Westby and Viroqua. It's the Westby store. Talk to all kinds of great people. Well, even Wayne is there, our buddy Wayne. You can stop in there. He does a great job when it comes to anything that needs to be fixed up, kind of tweaked a little bit. Tell you what, that guy's pretty knowledgeable.
He's a great mechanic.
He really is.
Boy, Nutter is doing a very intense upper top position ride, and he's got Carey just sprawled out on the mat in all fours. I'll tell you right now, if I'll be quiet. Now Carey's coming up. But still, Nutter's doing a nice job of either leg riding and also putting a lot of pressure on his head and his arms.
He really, he's got, now it's going to be worn there, yep. I think what happened there was he wound up going hip to hip the last 7-8 seconds there. But prior to that, he had the legs tied up and really doing a great job with some things. Now we just got a warning.
Oh, that was an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, that was unsportsmanlike, yeah, okay. Was that over in the corner?
Yeah, I believe that was the head coach got that.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like the stalling call.
Okay.
And he voiced his opinion.
Now a locked hands is going to be the call on Nutter.
Yep. He's going to let him go now.
Yep. So, well, I'll go back up on my feet. That's where I'm solid.
Yep. 47 seconds to go here in this match. Carey now up 2-1. In favor of what he got there was the stalling call plus the the escape he earned by
they gave him the escape.
Nutter letting him go.
Oh boy.
Boy, that was a great try for a throw there.
Again, the athleticism of these guys.
That's how it's going to end. You got to see the exciting action there.
Quite the match.
2-1 in favor of Carey again.
Well, we're going to take a look here at a couple more of our sponsors as we get ready for the 126-pound weight class. Our thanks going out to Torkelson Funeral Home. We're there when you need us. That's Torkelson Funeral Home, supporting the communities of Cashton, Ontario, Sparta, Tomah, Necedah, and beyond. We appreciate their wonderful support. Top Dogs Wrestling, if you're looking for a proven winner in the wrestling world and want to learn from someone who's been there and done that, Contact Stetson Clary today. Get signed up for a great learning experience with wrestling. And our thanks going out to the Shellen Company and the Marketplace, both in Gays Mills. Jim Shellen reminds you of all of his excavating experience, decades of that. You can contact him or stop in, and of course stop in at the Marketplace in Gays Mills, Quality Cenex Petroleum Products. Well, Kirk, we're going to move to 126 pounds, and we have an interesting matchup here with Stevens of Iowa Grant, a freshman coming in at 34-2. His opponent is Drake Ingham of Prairie du Chien, a junior, at 28-8.
This is one of those weight classes where it truly is our number one seed from the SWC and our number one seed from the SWAL. So good matchup. Right now Stevens out in front. 2-0, but we're getting into some spaghetti wrestling here, so it's hard to say who will end up where. You and I saw this young Stevens wrestler wrestle at the Richland Center Invitational way back in December. We both said that this young man is going to be special, and so far he has been this year with only 2 losses on the year.
Yeah.
And one of them came to the young man we just watched in the last match, that Armin Nutter.
Wow.
The other one came in the bi-state tournament.
That's something.
That was probably where he, not sure he would have won that weight class, but he didn't quite have his quarterfinal head on, and he got, well, it might even been in the round of 16 he got beat. But then he fought his way all the way back and got third.
That is just nuts. That is not easy to do.
No.
Not net grinder.
No. I see the young man, which he had forfeited before, but the young man from Fenimore forfeited out of his third place match too. So that means Johnson from Dodgeville will end up third today. So we only have 2 matches going on here again. In the other match, we have at 126, we have Riverdale, and that would be, where is he at?
Is it, or is it River Valley? I have.
Is that River Valley? You're right, it's River Valley. Because that would have been, Gilbert. Gilbert from River Valley. I don't like the way they abbreviate those in trap wrestling.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have the River Valley wrestler wrestling the young man from Cuba City, and that would be Braden Troster from Cuba City, Benton, and that is going for 5th place. And down there, that score right now is tied 2-2. This young Valley wrestler, Gilbert, is trying to score some back points, but didn't quite get there. 4-0 in Freitas Stevens right now in our championship match.
Contact professionals at St. Joseph Equipment, located here in Richland Center, and of course on St. Joe's Ridge. Since 1948, St. Joseph Equipment providing agriculture industry with quality equipment for all your seasons. And our thanks going out to Tim Seelan at Seelan's Carpetland. Those guys, I tell you what, they do a terrific job. They're flooring experts. If you can dream it, they can come and make it happen. It's really something else. Quality service from your professional staff at Seelan's Carpetland in Coon Valley. Well, we got a 4-0 score here in this championship match.
Yep.
Stevens of Iowa Grant been pretty much in control here, even though there may not be a lot of scoring. He just seems to kind of have a good feel for where he needs to be at all times.
Tremendous balance he's got, too. It's interesting. Down below us, we have the several of the Sarbacher family members, and since he lives in Linden, Wisconsin, and in the Iowa Grant School District, he goes to the Sarbacher Wrestling School there in Cobb, Wisconsin.
Ah, sure.
So it's fun to see him. Fun to see these local wrestlers be successful, and then some of these, like you said, Stetson Clary with his camp here in town, the Sarbachers with their camp down at Cobb, Wisconsin, and even Lucas Stout with his camp down there towards the Boscoville area.
Yeah, is he still in the Blue River?
I thought so, but I didn't want to totally say that. I wasn't sure if he stayed there or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
For many, many years he was in Richland Center here, but then due to, I think he lost the building he was renting, so then he had to move. And last I knew, he was still in Blue River.
Okay.
And a lot of young men have gone there over the years.
Yep. Yep.
Lucas is one of the more premier, knowledgeable Greco-Roman coaches in southwestern Wisconsin.
Fireman's carry attempted here, but again, kind of rolling up over the top and keeping that balance like Kirk had said. Stevens now able to pick up takedown. He had a 1 count, then another 1 count. I don't know if he's going to get 2.
Yes,
he did
is.
get 2.
Yep.
Okay.
He wrestles almost as well with his legs as he does with his arms.
It's nuts what he can do there.
Yeah.
You know, he was able to control and stop the motion of his opponent here in Ingham to pick up that 2 near fall.
On the other end there, Gilbert now with into the third period and only 30 seconds left. Leads 5-4, but he's got a cradle locked up. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Escape here now as Ingham finally gets on the board and trails 6-1 with 30 seconds to go here in the second period. A lot of good action, a lot of good wrestling. We're just getting what I would say goodly into this championship round. Stevens now stalking him out. Not short time, though. I don't know if he's going to have time to get a takedown, but he can score quickly. The other end there, that ends 5-4. And as soon as I look away, wouldn't you know, Ken, he does a fancy move and gets a takedown and near fall. I was trying to catch the score down there, but it was 5-4 in favor of Gilbert from River Valley. We pretty well have most of our place winners here at this weight class. Third period, 10-1 now in favor of Hunter Stevens as we go into this period. He's in the down position. Oh, yeah. Cool. Now that could be over here real quick with a 12-1 lead and scoring some more near fall here. It's going to be at least 15-1 if he doesn't get the fall.
Oh, he just again, like you said, you know, he's been in charge of this match.
Ooh, be careful there now. That sometimes can just be visioned or viewed as just being unnecessary roughness.
Uh-huh.
A lot of refs not too keen on watching you rake your crossface across the nose without doing anything with it. But now he's looking for that tip again, and that would be the tip that would end the match. 50 seconds to go in it. Ingham's mainly, to be honest, has been just trying to survive. Now Hunter's going to let him go and try to look for that last takedown. 15-2, takedown makes it a tech fall. I bet you it happens in 10 seconds. Uh-oh, he got his leg caught though, but yeah, he's going to come up out of that, I can believe that.
Sitting right on him like that.
Yeah, he's going to come to his head, although he hasn't got it yet. Got to get that leg a little freer. Now we got to be careful.
Yeah.
Ooh, be careful there too. Aggression is aggression, but you don't want it to look like it went the other way.
Yep.
Now he's getting desperate a little bit, trying for that tech fall, and there's really no need for it. But he does win. Nice freshman. 15-2.
Yeah, quite the match there. And again, only a freshman. He moves up with 3. Well, let's see. That'll be a win. Should be 36-2 now.
Yep.
For the year. Let's take a look at a few more of our fine sponsors helping us out. I want to say thanks to Scenic Bluffs Community Health, established in 1994. Mission of Scenic Bluffs provide accessible, patient-centered health care. You can call them at 608-654-5100. Thanks also to the Riverbank, located on the south side of Westby and in downtown Coon Valley. Thanks to Katie Helseth and all the crew. It's for that down-home financial help. Richland Grant Telephone hopes you're enjoying today's broadcast. You can watch Richland Grant, of course, from Brule River, celebrating great performance of all of our area wrestlers right here on Channel 14. Well, let's take a look here as we move up a weight class, now at 132 pounds, Kirk.
Well, this should be a good match here. Krapkut's moving down from 138. I think it's his first weekend here. His first name, I'll get it here for you in a second, is Ian Krapp. Nice junior with now probably 3 more wins on there, 34 and 8 going out here against a very fine sophomore from Mineral Point, Cade Rule. Cade's had a nice tournament today. He beat the runner-up in state last year, Elliot Biba, in his semifinal match, and so he's looking to keep this going. Well, he beat Biba, and he also beat Radke in his match before that. So
that's just the quality of the tournament again when you say that. It's like, my goodness.
And then down in our third place match, which we got one this time, there we have the young wrestler from Prairie du Chien, which would be Ryder Koenig. He's taking on in his bout Biba, who I just mentioned before, Elliot Biba. And Biba is winning in that match right now 4-0. You just saw Krapp got the first takedown, so now he leads 2-0. And then down in our fifth place match, we have Joe Esser from Lancaster. He's taking on the young man again from River Valley. In this case, that would be the aforementioned Noah Radke going on down there. But right now, Radke's leading 5-1 in that match. They're in the second period. 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Krapp is out in front now trying to run an armbar. If he gets that run over just a little bit farther, let's be careful with the arm here. Okay. Now, Rule is looking like he's the guy who's going to come out the backside. He's going to have to pop it and go in a hurry, though. Nope, not going to happen. A scoring issue down on your mat, Kim? Or?
I was looking more, to be honest. Lancaster just got tossed there, and everybody come running out, but the young man was able to get up in Esser. Looked like he might have got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
You got the whole crew looking at him.
Yeah, they were all coming out there just to be safe. That's good reaction.
Yeah, that's good.
And I was not paying attention.
Okay, they got a scoring issue here going on here on mat number 3. We're in our championship match. We're in the second period, and that's the one thing I've been impressed with so far today. Fenimore has been very, very tough on top. Good riders. Which doesn't surprise me a whole lot because if you stem back Chad Stelt's history as far as a wrestler, he was a wrestler at Riverdale High School under Bob Miller, and Bob Miller was a huge teacher of ride and ride hard.
Yep.
And then Stelt learned some extra riding skills from University of Madison and then from Jack Radabaugh. So Chad hasn't had a bad upbringing as far as wrestling talent.
Oh, not at all.
But he deserves it all. He's a great coach,
and
he does a nice job. Just once in a while, he lets his exuberance get out of play. And you saw that in the last match where he lost a team point, but I think he might have a few to give.
Probably.
He always tells me when I talk to him sometimes about that, he goes, yeah, I know, but he says, just got to fight for my young wrestlers so hard. Got both of coaches' opinion on that one. One thought he was getting pushed out, and the other one thought he was just wrestling tough. Still 2-0. Rule hasn't been able to get much going at all.
Six-1 your score here on the third place match. Thanks to
Did they call that match down there with the Lancaster wrestler?
They must have.
They must have.
Yeah.
Okay, River Valley wins down there
Yeah.
by, again, medical forfeit. We're going to have some blood time here in the championship match. Still that 2-0 score. You at least got back wrestling. You got to the end of that period anyway.
Kind of getting things going again. We're going to go back on our feet.
6-1 in favor of Biba over Ryder Koenig. Ryder's kind of had a challenging year. He missed some early season tournaments too because of not quite being healthy.
Uh-huh. They're going to slide out of bounds here to our left and come back. Yeah, sorry, folks, I forgot to move the camera back over to the third place match. I finally got it over there, so appreciate somebody with a quick shout out on that.
That was partly my fault too. I was so busy doing the championship match. I forgot it was over there. That was the first third place match we had in quite a while.
It's been a couple matches, I think. So, and we still have yet to have a seventh place match for a while. So that's why you see the all of our fine sponsors in the lower right corner of our screen. Of course, we do want to say thanks to those. I want to give the personal shout out. Ray's Gas and Goodies in Cashion. That's another down home feeling. Ray will come out and fill up your vehicle for you. Don't even have to get out of the car. Just let him know how much you want, whether it's dollars or gallons, and he'll take care of the rest there for you, and you can pay him and be on your way. Thanks also as we take a look here with more of our sponsors. How about Portland Implement, right outside of Cashion, located on Highway 27. They have equipment for your needs, no matter what the size. And, of course, the Kubota, Gale, just a terrific selection there. Stop out and see those great people whenever you can.
Still no score here in the third period until Krapp just got an escape there. So now he has a 3-0 score, which I think this is probably where Rural needs to be right now in this point of the match anyway, because he's trailing now 3-0. He's got at least a minute 20, and he's, again, this is one of those situations like we talked about earlier today. He's going to need at least 2 takedowns here.
Right. One of the things that I noticed with Ian Krapp is he just does not give up position.
Well, he's right in this portion of the Fenimore lineup where you're getting pounded on above, and you're getting at least good matches from below. So there's the Fenimore practice room. It's got to be one of those of, who's up next?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, final down there, Ken.
Yeah, Biba's going to pick up a major decision. 13-2 is the final score, so congratulations. Biba bounces back here after that tough loss in the semifinals, and he winds up in third place.
Okay, we got 35 seconds left here in the championship match. Not that I don't want you to look at the last 35 seconds. But if you need to run to the restroom or you need to get some popcorn or something, you better do it right now because this next match is going to be the one you want to see. We're going to have Sullivan Koenig round 3.
Yep.
And that ought to be worth the price of admission for a lot of things here.
You can't miss that one.
Yeah. Rule is on the deck here, though. He got a score. And that's going to give us. See, if I would have known they were going to have this blood time, I would have hyped it during the blood time.
There you go. Well,
we're going to hype it some more, though. But you do some sponsors.
I can do some sponsors quick. There you go. Proline Printing, Chet Melcher, located in Viroqua. Fast, professional, courteous service with quality products. That's always on Chet's mind. Stop in at 223 South Main. Get a quote today. 35 years of experience in that printing business. And right here in Richland Center and beyond, up in Westby is Premier Co-op, Ace Hardware in Westby as well. Stop in since 1893. There we go, 1893. They've been doing a great job for the agricultural community. Organic Valley, when it comes to wholesome nutritional dairy products, you can take a look at all the ingredients from Organic Valley's lineup. You can't go wrong. Farmer owned since 1988. Back to you, Kirk.
Well, 5-1, and we're in the last 10 seconds, and this is how it looks like it's probably going to end. 5-1. Ian Krapp drops down to 132 and comes home your conference or class champion with a fine 5-1 score. So run, get that chores done and get back here quick. We're going to clean up some awards, and then we're going to go to Sullivan Koenig round 3.
Take a look at a couple more of those sponsors before we get this match set up that we talked about. O'Reilly Auto Parts since 1957. O'Reilly Auto Parts been around to help you with all your vehicle care needs. In Viroqua on the north side, 902 North Main. And North Crawford Seneca Wrestling Club helping us out with the broadcast. Wishing all the best to head coach Eric Cady and the co-op team, North Crawford Seneca, as they continue on next weekend at Mineral Point. All right, big match coming up here. Let's go to Kirk, 138.
Well, we're going to preface here right away with your returning 3-time state champion, Rhett Koenig. 2 losses on the year. One of them to Mr. Sullivan here in the bi-state finals. And with a dramatic come-from-behind pin. Well, it wasn't come from behind. I believe it was tied at the time. And whoever scored was potentially going to win the match. But then lost a close match in the last-second takedown down at Mineral Point just a week or so ago, or even last week.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. So they're going at it, as we mentioned earlier in that semifinal match between Sefrud and Koenig. Sefrud got slightly banged up there, so he's not going to wrestle in his third-place match. He's going to recuperate and be ready for the state tournament run. And then down at mat number 1, that's at 138 pounds in our 5th-place match. That's McKirky from Iowa Grand Highland, and he's taking on Knockreiner from River Valley. And then, excuse me, in our 9th-place match, Mason Ulrich, 7th place, Mason Ulrich is taking on Stitzer from Riverdale. 1 minute left here in the first period, and this is what you're going to see here. I know I hyped it really big, but these are the type of wrestlers we got here. This is like watching a college match. Everything is quick and happens shortly and fastly.
Absolutely, you're right.
Sometimes it looks like they're just kind of pushing each other around, but believe me, you wouldn't want to be out there feeling those pushes.
No, there's a purpose for that, too.
Yep. And they're intense pushes. It's not just give you a shot in the shoulder.
Yep.
Both extremely good on their feet, both extremely good at spaghetti wrestling. Got 2 nice set of officials out here. Inside trip there. Beautiful inside trip, and Kenny's first on the board here. 11 seconds to go. Can he hold him down? Really important for Sullivan here to get out. The other 2 bouts down there, Ulrich is winning down on the 7th place match, 5-0. And in the other one, it's a 1-0 match in favor of the young man from Iowa Grant. Nice pick and lift there by Koenig. Nice try for a Granby roll. Looking for that spaghetti position. Can he come to his feet? Come to his feet? Nope. Nice try there by Sullivan. More than anything, time got him. Green has choice. Green's choosing down. 2 well-trained athletes. Talking to Lucas's dad beforehand. He's another fine official on the rise here. These families know each other real well, he said. As a matter of fact, they do some vacationing together and stuff.
Is that right?
What you find, and I mean, wrestling, you know this yourself, is it's not just about the wrestling. It becomes a community, you know,
oh, yeah.
And a relationship with a lot of these other wrestlers and athletes and stuff, and even parents, you know. I always joked around with people. I said, if you're going to sit in the gym with all these people for 6 to 8 hours or 10 hours, you better learn to get the likes of people.
Yep, no kidding. You got to be cordial.
Yeah.
And more.
Katie gets his escape, though. 3-0 now. 5-2 down at the far end there. Still 1-0 up there at the other end. This is where Lucas is going to have to get one here, though. I don't believe he wants to go into the third period without being on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it'll be kind of tough if he doesn't.
Koenig wrestles pretty much. I believe he signed to go out west somewhere. I'm thinking like Wyoming or somewhere.
I was just kind of wondering that if it wasn't Wyoming.
Yeah, I was thinking it is. Oh, another nice deep single leg shot. He changed levels and drove really hard. Got that single leg, but doesn't mean he's going to get it yet here from Sullivan. A nice try to the roll through. I kind of figured that was going to come. This is where the spaghetti wrestling goes on here, Ken. Who can, oh, okay. Oh, you never saw that stopped in a college match,
No,
I'll tell you that.
They would just go through it. Yep.
But with high school match, it's a little bit different story,
Yeah.
and not wrong either.
No.
These are still high school athletes.
Yep.
And Lucas is looking at on. Koenig struggled with this earlier today in his match with Sefrud, a bloody nose.
Down on the far mat, let's see, we got the Belmont, Platteville, Riverdale matchup going on. And that is Olerich from Belmont and Stitzer from Riverdale. It's a 5-2 score right now. It looks like Nit Stitzer is trailing in that match. We are in period number 3.
On the other end, a 2-1 score now in favor of the young man from River Valley.
Hope you're enjoying today's matches, and of course, maybe watching at Nordic Lanes up there on the north side of Westby. Great pizza and all kinds of other specials, and they have a particular special each and every day. Boy, they are delicious. Nicolotti Construction, a shout out to Mike Nicolotti. Hope you're doing well. Looking for that new construction, be it a home, garage, or something even larger, be sure to call Mike Nicolotti, 608-788-6777. Such a scramble in the action going on.
I almost think Koenig should go to Iowa. He wrestles just like an Iowa wrestler. He just constantly dragging into you.
Yeah.
I know they're a little bit concerned that maybe he uses that tie-up on the arm as a controlling situation, but when you're powering in that hard, it's really hard to maybe say he's doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Another blood stoppage, though.
Yep.
2-1 down there with 21 seconds to go in the River Valley match. And that is Wyatt Knockreiner out in front against the young man from Iowa Grant, Jackson McGuire from Iowa Grant Highland.
Stitzer has battled back. It's a 5-5 score now over here on mat 3 with just 51 seconds remaining in the match. Our thanks to Lynn's Home Center. Major appliances such as Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana for you to choose from. Plumbing, electrical supplies as well for your farm, home, and business. Be sure to stop in 801 Main Street, Lynn's Home Center.
Back to action down there on mat number 1. Last 15 seconds of that match. Right now it's Knockreiner holding on to a slim 2-1 lead. But we're going to go back to this championship match. We're in the last 20 seconds here of this second round. Again, another shot by both wrestlers. Now Koenig tries to come up underneath. Now it's Sullivan driving for that single leg, and if he can get it, then pulling him back in. Oh, be careful. We're sitting up here too. Ken and I could pimp him a little bit because our roommates next door here from Prairie du Chien.
Yeah.
A lot of really good coaches and from all around Southwest Wisconsin. Clay Koenig and Bill Hanna and the radio guy. He must just be the radio guy for make sure the electronics gets done, because I know those other two guys can't do electronics.
You might be right.
Back to another stoppage.
Well, winds up 7-6 down there on that mat. And I'm not quite sure. 7-6, mat 4.
Was that Ulrich?
Could have been. Stitzer.
Yeah, that was Stitzer from Riverdale and Ulrich from Belmont Platteville. Who do you think won?
Well, did Ulrich come back?
I don't know.
It was 5-5, and then it was 7-6 was the final.
Okay.
So I thought maybe Nick won.
Okay. Well, here.
But I'm not 100%.
Well, I was going to go look on the hub, but we're going back
to
action.
We got action here, yep.
Yeah. 3-0, though. Now it's on Lucas. What can you do here in the third period? He can't afford to spend a whole lot of time down underneath here. Doesn't want to. Did a good job trying to get out. It could be close there. Oh, gotta have blood time again.
Well, our thanks going out to the Legacy in Coon Valley. Stop in there for some great sandwiches, a lot of them under $10. Grilled chicken, crispy chicken taco, chef salads. You got Jeff Lenzer has all kinds of great things for you to choose from down there at the Legacy Bar and Grill, 110 Central Avenue, Coon Valley. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast, and of course tape delayed as well from Laval Telephone Cooperative. 608-985-7201. Ask about higher internet speed packages, business and consumer as well. And Coon Creek Feeds, thanks to Wayne Krasinga as he puts the fun back into the feed business. Tell you what, doing a great job. They were established back in 1994. The best rations for your livestock. And our thanks going out to Kickapoo Creekside when it comes to delicious meals or a relaxing atmosphere. The place to go, Kickapoo Creekside in Reedstown. Sit back, enjoy your time at a friendly place with friendly folks. And of course, they wish all the best to the Kickapoo Lafarge Predators as they help sponsor their squad throughout this tournament series.
Well, the faithful from Mineral Point got their way. They're going to put the proverbial headband on Rhett Koenig to try to control that bleeding from his nose.
Yeah, that's just tough. I always hate to see that. I understand it. I just one of those you hate to see it because you know that's going to hinder his breathing.
Yep. But it kind of is the right thing to do because, to be honest with you, too, he could be getting close to the end of his 4-minute blood time, too.
I suppose, yeah.
He's had a lot of blood stoppages here. He is going to forego his mouth guard now just for, like you say, he can't breathe through his nose and he has to do all of his breathing through his mouth. Caution going to be on
Koenig, yeah.
Koenig. And there's the escape. 3-1. Minute 40 to go. A lot of time for both wrestlers. A lot of time for a lot of things. Conditioning is key in a match like this. Another nice low double leg shot by Koenig. And he goes up now. They put the points on the wrong side, 5-1. He's doing this match here with low leg shots. He's doing a fantastic job of it, Ken.
Yes, he is. But again, he changes levels pretty well. More
wow.
than pretty well.
That was close.
That was.
Seen enough people get injured here today. We don't need to see any more. This match will be fair. If there's going to be some stalling here towards the end, which it'll only be for somebody trying to protect the lead, but Mark won't allow it to go on very long.
Right.
Oh, nice job. He got the reversal, but now he's going to have to cut him.
He wanted to do that little inside trip and try and take him right to his back, but Sullivan was able to slip around the side.
Oh, wow. Do you see that, folks?
That was nuts.
That's what you call a roll across the top. That's not a forward somersault. I don't know if Prairie's asking for that, but he didn't do a forward somersault.
No.
Basically planted his shoulder in his back and just rolled across it. 6-3, 25 seconds to go. He's going to have to do something really special now. Going to have to use, like you hear the Mineral Point fans encouraging Lucas over here, maybe going to have to take that tie up and toss him. Down to the last 15, he's got to make it happen now. This is the case where Ryder really Rhett knows where he's at. Nice single leg shot, but that's not going to be enough here just to get the single leg. He's got to put him on his back.
Wow.
That was intense. I think it sounded worse than it was.
I think you're right.
And these type of aggressive wrestlers go to the mat. It's, you know, you used to hear that in college match. Great match, though. The crowd knows it, too.
Yep, that was really good. Nice job.
If that isn't your most valuable wrestler, I don't know who is. The good part about that, Ken, is they both go in different classes starting next week.
Yep, they both have a chance to be state champions.
Yep, wish them a lot of luck that they'll both be on the podium down in Madison.
Well, our thanks going out to a couple more of our fine sponsors. Ithaca Weston Wrestling Club. Best of luck to the co-op team as they continue on with the tournament series. And I didn't get a chance to see you. Hopefully they're hanging in there over there at the Scenic Ridge and Rivers, or however they want to call it, that conference tournament.
Clash type thing.
Yeah. Hartsey Lumber in Laval bringing you the action today. And, of course, well, they've been doing things for well over 50 years when it comes to quality lumber products. Stop in and see Scott Parrish and crew in Laval. It's Hartsey Lumber. Well, let's take a look here as we move to 145 pounds. This will be our halfway point of our tournament championship matches.
Again, my memory's not great, but I'm not too sure these two wrestlers didn't wrestle last year in the championship match. But it's going to be a good match no matter what. You got Taryn Riley here, runner-up in state, going against Landon Ratke at 145 pounds here. The only thing I would say that would hinder Radke a little bit here is that he didn't get many matches in today. He really only wrestled one match here before the finals, and that was a barn burner between him and Skylar Zanzevich in the last round. But Taryn Riley, he's a well-seasoned veteran here and a tough wrestler. So this will be a good championship match here at 145 too. We do have a third-place match. Did you get the camera on it this time?
Oh, you know what? I need to change some things out because we actually, thanks for telling me that.
Are we going to have 4 matches this time?
We are.
No, there's no.
No, we're not.
There's not a 7th-place match. That's Cuba City gets that by no entry there. So you just need the 3 to go. Okay, in our 5th-place match down there, we got Belmont Platteville wrestler, and that would be Tyler Kismore. He is taking on the wrestler from Prairie du Chien, and that would be Drew Hurd. And then in our 3rd-place match, we have that Skylar Zanzevich out here, and he's wrestling a very good wrestler from Iowa Grant, and that would be, where do I find him? There he is, Tyson Emhoff. I thought it was. Tyson Emhoff, the fine sophomore. Those two are going in the 3rd-place match. They're in the 2nd period, no score. Taryn now leading 2-1 there's a takedown, 4-1. Taryn now leads after 2 takedowns and an escape by Radke. 0-0 score down there in the 5th-place match. Now Ken might get some scoring on his match.
Yeah, we got a pinning combination over here on the 3rd-place match right now as Imhoff caught a cradle and will get a 3 near fall. So Sansevich finding himself trailing 3-0. Pinning combination again over on the 5th-place match.
Yeah, that's going to be over, I believe.
It is, you're right.
That's going to be the young man from Prairie du Chien, which is Drew Hurd, coming up with the fall over Kismore from Belmont Platteville. That was in the 2nd period, really no score, so he must have been riding. And he wins by a fall there with 2:04 was the fall time, 2:14. So Prairie du Chien picks up some bonus points there. We'll look here in a second if we get a chance for some team scores to get an update on those.
Trying to close the gap a little bit here.
Yep.
Thanks going out to, Genuine Telecom right here in Richland Center, serving the city of Richland Center with internet, TV, and, of course, phone service. Stop in, check out what they have to offer. Thanks to all the crew over there at Genuine Telecom and Evinger Equipment Sales and Service. Thanks to Mark Evinger when it comes to your steel, simplicity, They got all kind country clipper. I mean, my goodness, they got all kinds of great things going on coming up here for the springtime. And one of our new sponsors that's come on board here when it comes to state wrestling tournament series, it's Joe DeWitt, DeWitt Construction, located right there in Westby. Your hometown business that knows and cares about you. Contact Joe DeWitt in Westby, 608-634-2880. And of course, you know, a lot of these, and I had a chance to sit down and chat with Joe a little bit. He really doesn't do advertising as most people think. There's a nice running takedown, getting some back points here for Iowa Grant.
Team scores are still that 14.5-point edge. I don't know if they have the pin here by Purdy Sheen in yet, but it's still going to be a lot of wrestling to go. 14.5 points is not a bad spread. Purdy's going to have to go on kind of a run, though. But they do have Theory coming up there and a couple other good athletes. Championship match now, Taryn Riley's kind of opened that up a little bit as we had some blood time there for a second, but 7-1 he leads there in the last 20 seconds of the second period. 10-2 in the other one that Ken's watching, but they're now in the third period, right?
Yes, almost done. We're about the 40-second mark.
Going to end that second period on the championship match with that 7-1 lead is Taryn Riley. Pretty well having his way right now with Noah Ratke, or Landon Ratke.
Yeah, Imhoff as well. He's got a major decision trying to finish that off.
Switch him back here and see what we got at 152 coming up. We have Kramer from Purdy Sheen going to take on that fine young freshman from Jackson Bussey from Iowa Grant Highland.
Well, there's your third place finisher, Imhoff, with that major decision. The score stayed at 10-2.
Riley increased his score now up 9-3 with 1:30 to go in this period. Really got that leg up high. Got another takedown. So now goes up 11-3. Gonna let him go again. Taryn feeling really good on his feet.
DeSoto Wrestling Club helping us out today. We're wishing all the best to Chad Johnson, his assistants, and of course all of the wrestlers. They got a couple of young ladies in there as well, try to build things up here, and of course that's what they do, building character, instilling confidence in youth in the high school level. Thanks also going out to Countertops by Design. That's Link Buckles, quality and beauty and the trademark of excellence. That's Countertops by Design just outside of Westby. And I'll tell you what, since 2001, Link has been doing a great job, and he's been going all over the area. On mine, what I'm seeing here, this is, yep, that's man 2 right there.
Okay, so they must have adjusted it. They just did that.
Try and restart or refresh it. Try and refresh it. See if it'll do that. Yeah. You never know sometimes with the internet, and you know when you get stuff. And I should look here at mine and see.
Yep, that's fine. 13-4 here. We're in the last seconds here. Taryn Riley will be your conference champion at 145 for Mineral Point with a fine 13-4 decision over Landon Ratke of River Valley. We will move on to 152 as the action continues here.